Hey everyone. In this video we're going to wrap up getting the password reset done. If you'll notice something, I went ahead and wrapped all of our code in try-catch blocks, so even the code up here, all the other stuff that we've done, I went ahead and wrapped it. I was going to wait and do it on the last video of this segment. I'm actually going to refactor some of this a little bit and get rid of some of the redundant code, move it in the middleware, and show you guys how to do things like that. But some of you guys might stop after this video, so I figured I'd go ahead and just wrap everything in try-catch blocks. So if you want to pull this code from GitHub and just copy and paste everything, the code hasn't changed, it's just wrapped in the try-catch blocks. But anyway, right here is where we're going to start, and it's for the new password reset token. And what this does is when they click on the modal, they are going to enter their email. We're going to find it by the email. We're going to look for a user. If there's no user, it sends them back to register. If the user exists, we'll create a new token. We'll save the token. We'll send the email and tell them to check their email and send them back to campgrounds. If there's any other errors outside of what we're checking, it'll do the same thing here. And then on the verify password token route, what we're going to do is when they get the email, we are going to look for a token that matches the query string from the URL. If there is no password token, we're going to tell them that the token is invalid or expired and to please request a new password reset token and send them back to login. If the token still exists, then we're going to send them to the change password page. I've already created this page and it's kind of long, so this will be brought up. This will be posted on the video description. You'll have a link straight to this page so you guys can copy and paste it. There is an input field here that's hidden that stores the password token for the next part. And then we've got a password and a password to. That way when they change the password, these two have to match or it won't go any further. So they've passed this, the token exists, we're going to send them back to change password. So right here is where the user changes the password, and we're going to destructure password and password to from rect body. And if they don't match, we'll throw an error. Then we're going to look for find the token from rect.body. That's from that hidden input field. And then if there is no token, say they got the email at the last minute, anything like that, if the token's invalid, it's going to tell them to reset their password again. There's different ways of handling this. You can set the token to last 24 hours, something like that, to give them more time. I just set it to 10 minutes. But generally, if it passed the first step, it's going to pass this one because they get the email right away. So they pass this. We're going to find a user. We're going to find their ID using the token, and we're going to use the user ID that's stored in that token. There's no point in doing an additional check at this point because if the token's there, the user's there because they're attached to one another. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to call user set password. This is a function that's actually built into passport-local-mongoose. We're going to use rect.body password, and if there's an error, we'll give them the error message and send them to campgrounds. We'll go ahead and delete rect.body.password2. We're going to set user attempts back to 0. This is what I was telling you, that if it gets to 10, that it'll lock out the account. So we don't know why the user is resetting the password. It could be because they've locked out their account. It could be because they forgot the password. It could be for any reason. So just to be on the safe side, we'll go ahead and set that back to 0. We'll set the expires date back to undefined. Even though it never changed, just on the safe side, we'll set this. We're going to set the URL, and it's just going back to login from that email, so there's no point in having anything on the parameter side, so you can just leave that blank. We'll send the email, we'll save the user, we'll send a flash message, send them back to login. So their password's been changed, they're going to tell them it's been updated, and to log in using a new password. If there's any other errors outside of this, then we'll give them that error. And then in your routes file, It's this little bit of code right here. So it's for the forgot password route, and it's the three controller functions that we created. So let's see. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the login page, and I'm going to go ahead and change my password. So I just got the message that says please check your email to verify your password. Bring my email app over here. So there it is. I am going to copy the link and just put it into Chrome, and I'll use the same window. Now, because the token is legit, we're able to change the password. If I change this at all, it's going to throw a thing up and say the token is invalid or expired. If there is no valid token, that page will not be rendered. So you could go to that route all you want to, and for the get, and if this token does not exist, this page will never load. So, and because we're not using a user email to do this part of it, we're looking for the user by the token. That kind of adds some extra security, so that way you can't force your way through any of this. So I'm going to change my password. I'm going to hit enter. My password's been successfully updated, and I can log in. What'll happen is I'll also get another email that says, hey, it looks like your email's been changed. If this was not you, please change your password to secure your account. They click on the link, it takes them to the login page, and they can request a new forgot password and go from there. So that's a quick rundown. You guys can copy and paste this stuff from GitHub. You guys can pause the video and type everything in. Like I said, I went ahead and did try catch blocks on everything because some people might stop at this point, or they might do the last video and do some of the refactoring. So in the refactor, we're going to get rid of a lot of the redundant code. So checking to see if a user exists, that could easily be a middleware function, and we can get rid of some of this code. We can also do a verified or is not verified, however you want to name it. So we can get rid of this, and we can shorten a lot of the code. I might do some work in app.js and move the script source URLs into their own file and just export it so we can load them in through here. There is a way we can create a function for the database and move that out of the app.js. We could take all the server code and move it into its own server file. So the server file, server.js, will handle all the server functionality, and app.js will handle anything that's required to make the app run. So there's ways that you can shorten the code down and move the files and make everything a little easier to read, and you don't have 300 lines of code on one file. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave some feedback if you don't mind, please, and I'll see you guys in the next video.